Alright, hello everybody. We're going to do an oil change here on the Benelli TRK 502. Don't mind the mess in the garage. It's not mine. We have a lot on our plate. Now today's not the time. Zafferano's out over there. So we're going to try and make this kind of short and sweet. The order you do these things in, some of them a couple in the beginning are going to be kind of up to you. So first you're going to want to, well, I guess tools we should go over real quick. So you're going to want, mine, you got 4 bolts or 4 fasteners on this little smash guard thing. Mine are a couple different ones, so it's clear that they were changed at one time. So in my case, I'm going to need a Allen wrench. I think I'm still rolling, my screen went out. 10 millimeter socket to take that off, and then oh yeah, I forgot to grab my oil filter. So then you're going to need an oil filter wrench, so we need an oil wrench, 10 millimeter socket. It looks like my oil fill bolt is going to be a 19, and then I got a little measuring cup. I'm sure this is supposed to be intended for your kitchen, but I don't care. It has measurements on it, so I can whatever, 4 cups to a liter. You're going to want some crush washers. I'm probably not going to use those. Those are probably going to be the wrong ones. I think they're too thick, and I think this might have copper ones in it, so I'm hoping the one that's in there is good enough to use, and I'm just going to reuse it. So you're going to want to start your bike up. That's going to be up for debate how people do that, but you're going to want to start your bike up, let it run for a little while. Some people will go take it for a ride, see how long you want to let it run. Some people are going to say get it up to engine temperature and all that stuff, but I tend to just let them run for a couple minutes just to get the oil moving, get the oil a little bit thinner so it comes out. I'm not trying to burn myself or sit here and stand here for 10-15 minutes to get it up to operating temperature. Like I said, that's on you, whatever you want to do. So normally going forward, I'm going to change my order up a little bit. Normally afterwards, I'm going to let the bike run for a minute. While the bike is running, I'm going to take up that smash guard, but I'm going to do it differently this time. I'm going to take up the smash guard first just to see if my oil filter wrench fits, so I make sure I don't have to go make another investment. You probably should use a torque wrench for your oil fill plug bolt, but I don't have one, so I'm not going to use one of those either. So I'm going to get this bash guard off and start draining the oil, and then we'll catch back up with you in 2 seconds. Like, this isn't going to be, try and make it short and sweet. This isn't going to be the whole entire process start to finish. I think I hear the nurse pulling up, so we'll see you guys momentarily. Alright, bash guard is off, and then I forgot to state the obvious because it wasn't right in front of me. So we got our bash guard off, so we got access to our oil filter and your drain plug. That should be, I'm going to go with that. It's a drain plug. So you're going to need yourself some synthetic 10W50 oil. I went with liquid moly because I got it on Amazon. There's a couple different choices, but I just went with liquid moly because the scooter over there takes gear oil, and the only gear oil that you can get is liquid moly. 85.90. That's the gear weight that's in that scooter. It's weird. You can't get it in any store. That's what I use for the gear oil, so I figured Benelli likes liquid moly. I'm going to give her more liquid moly. And then you're going to need yourself an oil filter. So same thing. We just ordered that straight off Amazon. We got ourselves a Benelli oil filter. It looks the same. Hopefully it's the same. But as I suspected, my oil filter does not fit. So I got to see if there's any other one in this house. There's lots of shit in this house, as you can see. So I got to find an oil filter wrench, or more likely go to the damn store to get one, just like someone else did. So, all right, oil is drained. Looking pretty gnarly. Now we got to try and take the oil filter off right here. I did go get a wrench. Looks like you need to put some kind of extension to fit in there. But now hopefully we're not going to have any complications because my extension is It's huge and barely have any clearance between the front wheel that I had to turn all the way. I came over to the other side of the bike because I think it might be easier from over here. We're going to take that off and then put it back on and start adding our oil. Well, that was simple. She's draining, no complications other than how nice of them to, what the hell is this? How nice of them to have it drain all over my radiator hose, or I think that's cool. I don't know what that is. Draining all over this hose. So now we got to put a little bit of fresh oil on the new filter and screw that back on and start adding oil, and we are good to go. So thank you all for watching. Please like, subscribe, and comment. That was how you do an oil change on the Benelli TRK 502. Excuse the noise out here. So we will see you all later. And like I said, I'm not a mechanic, so don't follow me for that. But I'll have some random videos like this. So 1,000-mile review coming up. Probably it's gonna have to wait till spring because I like to do my reviews till I got mileage on them. And I have like maybe 700 miles on this myself. So we will see you all later. Alright, we just got done, or I just got done adding the fluid. It did look a little bit low in the sight glass down there once I kind of stood it up by myself. Obviously, best case scenario, get yourself a tire stand. I don't have the money, I'm broke right now. But I added what you're supposed to, and then kind of a little bit, then some. So I'm going to start this up, let it run for a little bit, and make sure nothing's leaking before I put that bash guard back on and go for a cruise. Also, I can never see my brakes were locking up. They changed the caliper and the pads, but I can never see fluid in there. But I don't want to open up a can of worms really and open it up and try and start adding fluid. So yeah, let's fire this bad boy up and hope all is well. Yeah, I never killed my kill switch, so that's still on anyway. Fires up a lot nicer. The oil looks completely different from what was in there before, so I don't know if it was just the fact that it was old and dirty as shit, or what the hell the previous owner used on it. It definitely started up a lot better. I'm not a revver either. I don't rev my bikes. I don't do wheelies, so don't follow my channel for that either. Video games and rides and tours eventually once I have lots of time, but now I don't. So now we're gonna leave you for real because nothing's leaking on there, nothing's leaking on up underneath. I can't pick the bike up with one hand, so we're not gonna try and look at the side glass. But sounds like it's working to me. So time to button her back up and go on a cruise.